Diego's the immortal VP.
Naku, lakad mo tatang, lakad mo tatang!
Normally.
Just unplayable for mid laners that don't have a lot of armor and stuff.
Oh, okay. They're gonna deviate instead to go for the Zeus. We've actually seen this from once before from Hokori.
Look at this.
Nicely.
They're using that vision to their advantage. They're actually wrapped around onto Jupiter's next assassin. Nearly killed him off. The burst strike will secure it. First blood and potentially another stick. You just put the cool stick on a bunch of creeps, illuminate, blow them up in the gyro's face. As top, that cookie lands and Nyx with a stick turns to stun, but only hits the ogre. So CK trying to chase him down,
Needs
but
the crit.
needs the mango. He's got the stun from the ogre and the final hit. He even had mango stick for another chaos bolt. They're going on to the snapfire this time, ignoring the Nyx assassin, but the two-man impale slows their damage down. Yuma, what's he got? A soul ring and what? 8 seconds left on the reality rift. He needs Gardic to land another stun. So he
for a
pops the
second.
clarity.
Here we go.
Gets the stun going, and that will allow them to secure their second stacks for him in the jungle. Maybe an opportunity to catch up. Scrim, again, this solar bind slows him to a crawl, but Monkey King's in. Mini, he's slapping away at that Kotl. Doesn't have his Wukong's command, just relying solely on those right clicks. And now with the boundless strike onto Vitaly, the Nyx assassin's rotated in. Vitaly, what's he going to do? Burrow strike to the right, but it's too short. It's only a level 1 burrow. Now he's stuck and dead to mid. Jungle and Ogre, yet again, just putting himself on the front lines. Starting out onto Scrim. Treant walking into the wrong neighborhood. A dominating Chaos Knight can now clear out what's left of their stacks in the jungle. Yeah, in this game state, everyone's kind of just getting what they want. CK is out farming the Gyrocopter for now, but we'll see how that changes when this triangle's all built up and stacked. Ogre on that ramp into the jungle. Gets cookied on. Mini has tons of damage from the Jingu stacks.
As much as possible. It's still really good. Zeus ulti scouted them out.
Well, there's the first ulti. Hello, Treant. They should be able to find them eventually, but eventually means that the Wukong's on top of that Treant ulti. The kisses are good from Dunya, and they've blown up Gardic. Yuma's going to follow him as well. Chaos Knight and Sand King both dropping, and this reaction from the Radiant has been beautiful.
Yeah, they brought damage.
Yeah, it's like a threat on the floor.
Yeah, you can't. We can't stand inside. Still,
we have to
damage,
run away. Get out of the circles. The Blink Burrow, though, it finds Benny. That's the big one they want. Gyrocopter tanked by the epicenter as well, so he's slowed to a crawl. Monkey King, Mini, he's in on this. They'll lose the Treant as well. A double for Theolocor's Keeper of the Light. And now Mini, yes, he's got Jingu up. 3 seconds for the boundless strike. Oh, Jupiter. He's going to hold them back with the Impale. Make sure Hokori cannot kill the Monkey King, even if he dies himself to a triple of the Kotl. Echo Saber is complete, which will allow him to wail away at Gardic's Ogre, who had made this journey into the Radiant jungle with, what, 4 sentries, 5 sentries around? Down he goes.
Better.
Oh, so good. Oh, the battle of the high ground vision. Gardic's come to this party too late. Cooldown's a good one. In onto Theo, they push across Vitaly, and Sand King has to burrow out, but he's dead. Benny's BKB reigns supreme as Gardic's blown up. The lava globules going out of that Mortimer's mouth, and Yuma's walked into this fight. He's just gonna die. His teammates are already shredded.
Oh, that was close. Okay, Analog will get the kill.
Yeah, they do get Benny in the end, and another one on the Snapfire. So Analog,
I don't know, being there pretty much.
don't know if you caught it, but Dire scanned about 5 seconds ago in the middle of the top lane, expecting this kind of move, knowing that Jupiter was scouting and hunting. Hunter becomes the hunted, and it looks like Ogre. Ooh, he doesn't see Treant.
I think he's gonna have a bit of a rough time doing that.
Benny.
They know there's no BKB.
They know, but the turnaround, Nyx and Monkey were waiting for him. Vitaly still keeps on going, but the Snapfire kisses return damage onto Theo Lacoste. A TP home will be a success. As Analog returns to Fountain. So ready. CK. He wants that Treant. He'll take him. Dunya now gonna get lifted back in. And Zeus is there with his killing spree. BKB from Gyro, but the turnaround with the Wukongs. They found Theo Lacoste and Yuma. Well, he gets a double kill out of this. Who can he get onto now? Benny? Oh no, the BKB wears off. He can't TP home. Hands a triple to the CK. And Vitaly. Oh, he got no burrow. They knew the monkey was close by, but around the vision that they do have near Scrim on that high ground. It's being pinged out by Hokori. Yeah, they'll remove that vision. So important to get rid of that information, but they've initiated on the Sand King. Vitali nearly blown up. His BKB won't help him against the physical of Mini. Gardic also shredded by Benny. Hokori, though, still in a 3v5 and wanting more. Benny's been jumped by the CK and obliterated. Sarem and Mini got to get the hell out of here. They've got a Harpy Scout flying over the trees. The dice by the Ogre. I often wonder, as a position 5 Ogre, oh, hang on a second. They've got to catch on to the Kotl. Dunya, though, is dragged back in as Vitali jumps onto the gyrocopter. He's stunned, though, so he can't Epicenter, can't BKB. Gets demolished by them. Dunya will be found by the Thunder God's Wrath, but Yuma's BKB is about to end. He's going to try to TP, and his stuns are coming. He's got the overgrowth from Sarem. Gardic's going to TP home, but Benny picks up a double kill in a sloppy fight. 4 heroes dead. How did this happen? Not permitted. Well,
No, it's that not permitted. But if you have Philly, this is your item. Like, this is what you're looking for. And you know that eventually you're going to get it.
This DD done a lot of damage, that tier 2 mid, but it's also allowed APU Kings to come into Roshan. Half HP thanks to this little shredder minus armor. Smoking as well. CK has just respawned and TPing to Outpost. Oh, Vitali's in. Monkey with Mookongs, but the damage! Where did they go? Holy shit, they've just been demolished by that Zeus. Mini's gonna die inside the pit as well.
Yeah, I think one of the heroes just blew up from Caustic and they exploded. Also, Zeus sitting there casting spells.
Commit for top. They want to fight, apparently. Smoking up. Jump on Benny here, maybe. Gyro's out in the open. He's got BKB Satanic, but it doesn't matter when you're stunned and blown up. Demolished. Oh, God. He's gone for a minute and a half.
And they assume he doesn't have buyback because he just bought a full Satanic. And they will poke. They will see. He's 500-600 gold short on.
That is a beast. I've got living armor on this tier 3, but doesn't feel like it's going to last much longer with CK illusions everywhere. We need the Monkey, the Jupiter Nyx to jump on in. Sarem's died already. The Monkey with the Wukongs, though, looking good onto Theo the Core. Jupiter dropping quickly, and Yuma, he does have that Aegis and a BKB when he respawns, but they've got a refresher on Mini. Second Wukongs with another BKB, but the Thunder God's Wrath demolishes the support of the Radiant, and Yuma does BKB TPs. Nothing to stop him. Sand King might get caught on his way out.
This is big. This is gem. They can get it.
Try and find Vitali, but Zeus is still toying with them. They are deathly afraid of this Zeus. Analog, he's put the fear into them. Mini and Benny on the run back, and Vitali now can reinitiate onto Mini's Monkey King. Dead for 100 seconds. And now we're in a 5
with the AC. This is Mega Creeps. 70 seconds with no Monkey King. Gyro. Yeah. Also about to die. Oh, it's Snapfire. Never mind.
No, loses Snapfire. And this is why Kotl, like we've been saying the entire night, Kotl, when you're ahead, feels so good. CK, BKB TP's home, and you think, okay, that's the end of that. And he's recalled back into the Radiant base, allowing them to kill the Snap, kill tier 3 and Rack's bottom, move on to tier 4s, and close this game out for good. We do have a couple of supports respawning in 2 seconds on APU Kings, but the fact that Benny just gets dragged back with that Reality Rift, wasting his BKB, should be observers, but it's Harpy. It's over his head 24/7.
Everything. The all-seeing eye.
Vitali. There's another carapace from Jupiter. Stops the Sand King in his tracks. Sarem. Now dead again, and the throne. It gets glyphed up. Respite for a second. Mini wants in with a 3-man Boundless. It looks good. It looks fancy. It's beautiful, but it does very little in reality. The game is called. Hokori take game 1.
A bit of a slow start from Zeus, but he ended up the game with no deaths whatsoever. Analog kept the distance between these fights and just went for.
He would have a decent lane, maybe snowballing lane. Oh, okay, Kunkka.
Yeah, you did call it the Kunkka. But you sold on this last.
Kunkka gets it a bit easier once he gets level 3, level 5. I think there's a bit more hurry.
Oh, here it comes. A spam pinging top. Void Spirit is on the move. TP's up. Cookie to start. Vitali's there with a spear to the trees. And Analog should secure this kill on the Wraith King with ease. Sarem tried to dive across and help, but aimed well down at bottom. The Burrow Arrow again. Gardic caught up. No time. This time around to shield himself.
Bit of a different build on Sand King this time around. Kill it.
Oh, they had a crack at Benny. He's got his armlet and his reincarnation though, and with his X boat, Mini forces to assimilate out of the Void Spirit. Aiming towards Vitali's Mars now, but the cookie, ooh, not getting him across that waterfall. Still stuck, but he's got the arena on 3. Also, Rem blown up. They've taken the reincarnation out as well, and that Void Spirit dragging the cookie into a spear that sends him away.
That was very
Shift in towards mid. Moonlight Shadow comes. That cookie creep actually lands, and the arena spear is a good one. Kisses onto Mini's Kunkka. Well done by this Snapfire Mars, comboing up. Saving out that Void Spirit and defending that mid lane with all they've got. They shift from top tier 1 into mid. Moonlight Shadow into smoke, though. Hokori maybe slightly disadvantaged here, but they do get the jump on the Phoenix. Quick supernova. All the damage comes too fast for them. And the arena trapping that poor Dunya Sankey against the side of the Colosseum. And now onto the...
yeah, I feel like they should go in. Void Spirit should jump.
They're making the move. Burst Strike onto the Void Spirit. Arrow there as well, but it's taken off by the shield. Now Benny, low HP, the spear. Oh, that arena catches out Dunya. Sand King in so much trouble. Roshan falls to the Aegis ground by Mini, sure, but Yuma's in the middle, dealing so much damage to these glaives. Gets cookied across to the left-hand side, into the pit, a little bit deeper. Dissimulate out as well, while Benny's trying to armor toggle himself through this fight. Stuns the Void Spirit, but down he goes. Benny's gone, and Mini in a lot of trouble. Vitaly and Yuma are chasing him down, hounding the Kunkka. Aegis is gone. That's Phoenix. No way he can stick around. And Many will die twice in a row. Quick succession of kills there for Analog.
Set things up on the top lane, Sanking. Where is it? Like, he needs
Here we go.
2-man burrow.
Epi burrow. Yeah, Luna. BKB, is it coming? Just in time. The arena saving as well. Yules does very little. Dunya's down. Yuma saved up, and Gardex here to keep the heals coming as well.
She does have more sustain. She isn't as easily burstable.
Look at Gardex. They just walked up high ground. That's an epicenter jump in. They do find Analog. That's a huge arrow and a clear up on that Void Spirit. Vitaly's also taking a lot of damage, but he's got the arena through the Supernova Egg. Nearly clipped the Phoenix, but Serum's there. Trouble is, Theodore has the little shredder. Benny with his Blink Dagger jumping over and over again towards any hero he can find. Lots of damage onto Theo, and I'll clear him up while he yules the Abaddon. Yuma BKB TPing home, and a huge crit from Benny.
Yeah, Void Spirit getting caught.
Roshan 20 seconds away from his fastest spawn. Radiant were poking their heads in, so maybe a bit of indecisiveness or not realizing what's going on, but they start on Benny. First life is about to go down. The Burrow Strike in forces the BKB from Vitaly. The boat is good onto Yuma's Luna. Mini looking for a way to tie-bring a cleave onto someone, but they've got to get this egg dealt with now. Mars Arena's good as well, while Mini BKBs to run outside of it. Losing Phoenix early, not a good sign here for APU King of Kings, and they're just ignoring the Wraith King, but the Burrow Epi. 2 heroes straight in. The torrent clips onto Yuma's Luna as well, and they've taken her down. Benny can still keep going with these massive crits, and Mars shredded by the Wraith King. Benny blinks forward. He wants Analog. They've killed 4. Why not 5? Oh, that Ether Remnant Assimilate should get him the distance, but Dunya closes it just like that. Arrow chain stun on that Wraith Fire Blast, and Benny and Mini are outputting now. Ooh, Yuma in with a shard, but the Burst Strike from Dunya. Now Benny has to focus the Luna. Where's the BKB? Where's the Satanic? She's not getting anything off. Yuma shredded by APU King of Kings. Now Vitaly's on the run, trying to spear back his BKB. Has no blink. It's on cooldown for 3 more seconds. The amount of disables that APU King of Kings have.
He's not the one going for AC, so he gets like the AC buffs for free. Not as much, but still very good, and also has the Solar Crest. Ooh, spear misses.
Yeah, Vitaly tried, but now he's the one taking the stuns to the back of the head. Mini does have his BKB end, and Yuma just walks in. BKB'd up Luna inside the arena, dishing out some big DPS. The Supernova is going to come crashing down, though. They can't focus the egg. Benny has cleared up Luna, dead for 70, and this looks like it's going to be game.
Yeah, I think they could go for tier 4 towers and close out the game.
Oh, the 2-man.
Agility hero jump.
Perfect initiation. Oh, down goes Analog. He has buyback, though, and inside this arena, maybe Yuma can continue fighting. The 4 staff away from the boat. Supernova with a Sunray comes and burns down Vitaly to half HP. APU King of Kings lose very little. They force the buyback from Analog. And under Moonlight Shadow, Epicenter, Burrow Strike, Dunya's in with another 2-man. Abaddon force to get the Burrow time out, and they've got that second Supernova, but the little Shredder makes short work of it. Yuma down and has to buy back herself. Luna looking to go frontline now. They need to fight. Defending. Oh, Yuma. Yes, you want to kill Mega Creeps and clear the waves, but here comes APU King of Kings. Yuma's BKB Satanic. Not going to work out. And that's got to be game. Your hard carry's down. Gardic drops. Analog. Is that self-fuels? It is with an assimilate. But no, it's actually stopped in his tracks. Dunya's back in with the help of the Torrent. And Vitali's Arena will signal the end of the game. Tying things up 1-1. APU Kings strike back.
They do. They played well. I think these Roche fights, second Roche especially, is what managed to get them come back into this game. Sanking in the end gets Eel Scepter on Abba. He pops it off with
like a Void Spirit just to follow up the Shaman, Zabo, and do some damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ember also has one of the best lanes against the Coddle mid, as much as you can have a good lane against this hero.
Technically afraid of scorpions, I guess so, yeah.
Serem. That's a nice burst strike back in towards Gardic and Yuma. They do have Dunya all trapped inside, and with the damage they've got, they should be able to break. They should be able to. No, they can't. They can't chase the Sand King. Now it's Serem and Jupiter. Yes, Gardic finally gets the job done, diving under that tier 2 tower, and a big 3-man decay. Gives them another 200 HP basically, and they're continuing to battle as that Sleight of Fist bounces on all of them, but they lose the Chaos Knight in the midst of it all. A 2 for 2. Cottle dead.
They're still not done.
Can I get Theo? Ignite in 5. Tree Toss Shikuchi. They don't really have much in the way of stuns, but they can slow him with another Ignite. And yeah, Weaver closes that gap nicely, gets up on the high ground, and will whittle away at Theo Lacause's Shadow Shaman, but he's under tower, and he popped that big stick.
Well, Weaver needed to go for body block instead. Get in front of...
These 2 top laners for the Radiant. Does have the Swarm on him. Wants the 2-man decay, but the Burst Strike. Now, Chaos Bolt, Gardic with a Soul Rip. He's hit level 2, so he turns back onto Dunya. Yuma with some good damage. They pop the dust on him to make sure the Sandstorm won't save him, but it looks like Yuma is struggling to finish off this Sand King. There is another Burrow in a second, and Chaos Knight.
Overwhelming damage coming out from the Coddle at these early stages. Has Boots of Speed now. Is going to try to stack for himself.
Oh man, both side lanes are going at it, dude. Dunya, he's dead up top. Gardic, very low. Bottom lane, we're having a scrap as well, but it's the Weaver that's been stunned up under a sentry ward. Shikuchi's ready with a stick as well. Gardic, he's not dying to that melee creep, not today. Ah, it's an interesting choice, but I guess if you do look at this Hokori side and understand the overwhelming team fight they have as they show it off up top. A Tombstone and a Sleight of Fist, Analog's rotation, looking for Dunya. Gardic soul ripping his Tombstone to keep it alive just a second longer so they can actually get onto this Weaver and finish him off. Under the dire center.
They put down 2 observer wards just to scout it out.
One of them got to be awarded already. Jupiter once more feeling the wrath of that Chaos Knight, but they found Mini in that jungle where the disables from Theo Lacoste makes it easy for Analog. Can now TP home and jump back out to these last long. On top, it looks like they're trying to eye up Dunya here. They've got Dust on Theo. Serpent Wards for the tower. Dust onto Sand King. Burst Strike. Does clip onto the Shadow Shaman, but the Hex stops the epicenter. Now Mini has to try and give chase, and Blinding Light will push them back. Vitali with Ravage available. Might be thinking about popping it and turning to fight them, because Analog's arrived and a TP in from Undying has come.
Maelstrom done on Ember Spirit, and if he reveals this Orchid, what he can do is disassemble his mithril.
Solarbind, Orchid, dead Shadow Shaman. I don't think Mini needed any help. He could have done that solo.
A bit slower than usual, I would say, on Tiny. But Sand King did farm his stacks.
Theo with a ward trap. He's caught Mini out. Cottle thought he could kill Analog. Theo Lacoste is going to pop his wand, gets the dust back onto the Sand King. Now Gardic and Analog can swing back in with a Tombstone and a Hex. They've got Dunya trapped up. I think it was Lelis saying that 20, 25 minutes, that's the real window, the period of strength that Hokori want to show and flex. APU King of Kings sticking together up top, trying to match it with a jump in from Dunya. The epicenter is good damage onto Analog and Gardic. They're going to bring the Undying down. The Rod of Atos captures the Ember Spirit as well. The focus onto Analog, it's done. 2 huge kills for APU King of Kings. Now the Serpent Wards have trapped Serem inside, but who cares? It's an Ogre. Don't care about Ogre. Now Theo, he's in an awkward spot.
Ooh, if they can scout out Roche, that'd be pretty big. I think they would have enough damage, but they're not
Yuma.
done. Ravage connects on 2.
Vitali's trying to save him, and he does allow Yuma to get the damage out, but now they're surrounded. 3v2. In comes Benny, whacking away at Yuma. Chaos Knight can't match up against this Benny. Tiny and Vitali got to deal with the mid waves. No longer have that weird standoff where someone has to shove mid before they can contest Roche. And the catch on bottom. Analog stunned, chain disabled. He can't get away, or maybe he can not do it. He didn't get a remnant out. And Roshan for Dire. Now they've shown 3 heroes bottom. Get in there fast enough. Dunya has to make the move. Burrow strike in. Roshan down. Aegis on the ground. Where is it? The Ravage is thrown out there. The Serpent Lord's doing so much damage on Yuma. Finally picks up the Aegis. Oh, that was close. Sirem dragged back in with the Reality Rift. Mini BKB'd up. Gets the Orchid out. But Ogre slapped down by this Chaos Knight while they'll look for the third one. Jupiter gives it as well.
Radiant's top tower.
145 attack damage. Not too bad.
2-man Burrow. Benny's hitting into Yuma CK. He's got BKB when he comes back up. Analog and Vitali still trying to spring this fight, but the tombstone down and the 2-man chains, they've dragged the Tiny back into the waiting arms of Analog. Killing Benny, who's on the sidelines now for 50 seconds. Yeah, time-lapse and Shikuchi away. While back in towards the mid lane, the epicenter on top of Yuma clears up the CK. Serem battling now with Analog. The tombstone has been dealt with. Guarding. Tracking back to try and deal with Jupiter, and Dunya does get taken down by Analog at long last.
What is going on in this game?
Exactly how Harpies reproduce. He'll tell us in the post-game panel, that's for damn sure. He's on Wikipedia right now trying to figure out. Well, they got a Harpy, they got a high ground tombstone, they got a stun in, and they've got a big catch here. The crits out. Refresher orbs delivered to him. Radiant scan right on top of the Dire.
He's a little bit low on mana.
He doesn't have double Ravage, does he? He's only got the one. And there's the Blink Burrow. In we go straight away towards Yuma, but the CK pops his BKB, and Dunya's already dead. Demolished by the Chaos Knight. Well, Benny whacks away at the illusions, clears the Phantasm, but now he's in a spot of bother as the Remnant jumps over towards the Tiny. 2 cores killed, and Serem, sure, has finished off the Tombstone, but Yuma comes out of that with a double kill. All in dark now for the Radiant. No outer vision. No outpost. And CK, well, he starts on the Tiny, forces Dunya to react. Will-O-Wisp is there from the Cottle, but look how quickly this Sand King is falling. Now the Phantasm and the jump back in towards Dunya. Oh, the BKB from Sand King gives him a little bit of space and breathing room to burrow to the high ground, but the Ravage, in comes one, and the second one as well. Vitali sets up the kill onto Benny. Theolocal will buy back as they pretty much know the Tiny has no buyback, and they want to go high ground to finish this one off.
Minutes and 40 seconds. Keeper of the Light, very annoying to push into.
Sand King back in. He's popped the Aegis, but Analog's going to be able to clear him up, and he's going to have to buy back on the Sand King now for sure to defend this tier 3 mid. Serpent Ward's going to work. The Bloodlusted Tower, though. A massive tower just wailing away.
Where's Harpy Scout? That's what I want to see.
I don't know. It's disappeared. It doesn't look like Hokori are able to actually finish this one off with their heroes going up high ground. The Serpent Wards.
They want to use this DD. 2 Sleight of Fist charges.
Whose Harpy is this? Radiant Harpy is up patrolling, but they've got the Blink Ravage. The catch onto Dunya. Dead for 2 minutes. Knowing that he spent his buyback. They were so speedy snapping into that move. Defend as they try and get in with Vitali ravaging, but not really connecting. Jupiter had that BKB, and now a double damage rune allows him to dish some right clicks out. Benny.
Deeping for Benny.
BKB TP.
Nothing that goes through magic immunity, and now they need to strike. No shaman. Let's go.
Catch Yuma. Aegis is in his hands. The E-Blade and the magic damage is coming though. And Jupiter. Shikuchi straight over him. Now, Phantasm BKB time. CK needs to get it off. The Blink Ravage Vitali will give him a bit of space here for the BKB to come out. The Will-O-Wisp is annoying, and Yuma's damage substantial. Now Phantasm. Yuma needs to pick a target, but the Invis BKB Sand King blinks away. Dodging out of this Dire team. They still get him in the trees as he tried to TP. Buybacks available on Sand King, though, as now Analog's onto Mini. Doesn't have his magic immunity anymore, and he's dragged into that CK's Rift.
Shaman is back into the fight. They still have Remnant, Bottle, and Tiny. These heroes are very easy to deal with the Mega Creeps.
Yuma, such a good spot to be in. He pings out that high ground saying, let's come in from behind them, and now Analog. He remnants over. The great burst strike from Dunya. The avalanche toss. Benny finds Analog. The Sand King sets it up wonderfully, but the buyback BKB allows this remnanting Ember Spirit to rejoin and kill the Cottle under the Serpent Wards, while Benny, Invis, sure. Oh, no reveal. They don't have the gem nearby. The Tide might be able to spot him on the way back. He sees him. Does he go for him? Gosh, and Blink with that Anchor Smash. And Benny He's going to get tracked back on here. The Remnant towards him. Vitaly and Analog, they found the Tiny. Castle dead for 100. No Weaver for 80. Flyback status not looking good for the... Not standing a chance against Hokori's onslaught. And now the jump with Reality Rip, forcing the disc out of Dunya. Benny, he's got some big hits onto Theo. Yuma and Analog want the rejoin though, with a Ravage from Vitaly clipping onto Benny. They've dragged him back. The E-Blade is there, but the magic damage comes through from Analog. They couldn't save the Tiny. Dunya will catch onto Gardic now, but Analog and Yuma too powerful. And Radiant, not enough heroes to withstand this pressure. Benny's out of there. The game's over. Hokori win 2-1.
Oh, they disconnect without even saying GG on Tiny. I mean, that's when, you know, feelings are hurt. Good performance by Hokori in game 3. Like, they went for a really sneaky way of sieging. They have Aghanims on Tide. They drop it on the ground. Serpent Wards, Tombstone. CK picked up the Aghanims, poking with slight chains just to try to buy.
Right. Trinkets.